Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by BB. Welcome back, guys. Happy Wednesday. We are officially in the middle of the week, and as you guys can tell, the panel has a bit of a macro flavor, a bit of a macro theme today. Don't worry, that's more ironic than than what's actually going to be the content of today's show. But as you guys can see, I'm Ben Bernanke. I'm joined by Paul Volcker, Jerome Powell, and President Bowden. Well, welcome, guys. Welcome. This is Market Check. More seriously, I am Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'll probably change my name back at some point in the show for clarification purposes. But we're having fun today, guys. We're having fun today because we did have a CPI print today. The market sold off. The market's response to that sell-off has been arguably more telling than the sell-off itself. So we want to talk about all of that and more here in just a bit. But real quickly, before we get cooking, before we start sharing that big, juicy alpha with you guys, we are going to appreciate if you guys can smash that like button for us. I hope you guys are enjoying this little macro irony themed entrance here.
Shoot, should I go back to it?
No, we're just doing the intros with the faces because we thought it'd be funny. We hope you guys are enjoying it. A little bit of smiles here in a day where we've had a little bit of red, but hey, Bitcoin is moving very, very strongly off of these lows. Are we going to continue ranging? Are we just going to V-recover out of this little dip and into new range highs? Questions abound. We're going to cover all of it for you guys, but we won't cover all of it if you don't smash that like button. So please don't make me bug you guys again. But yeah, welcome, guys. Bitcoin has given us this nice move off the lows, locally speaking. Tucker and I were kind of joking about it before we went live. They basically trapped everybody who shorted a CPI print, which, that's not anything new, right? We've seen this happen not just in equity markets, but also in crypto where, we had a slightly above average print in CPI. Well, I'm going to short. Well, good job. They kind of front ran the sell over the last few days, more or less, right? Unless we meaningfully break structure, of course, then we can kind of reconfigure our expectations. But for now, it does kind of look like a pretty solid area for a local time or for a lower time frame low to begin forming. And you can see that in equities too, right? Like we look at the S&P, I think when it opened, it was down about a full 1.5%, rebounded already 0.5%. We will see how we close the day, of course, but encouraging responses off the low from a CPI day where, people are always rushing to be very bearish. Yields went higher, TLT went lower. I promise we won't talk too much macro on this show, guys, but for today, it is somewhat interesting and somewhat useful as it is, if nothing else, mechanically driving the responses that we're seeing in asset prices so far today. But I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor to my colleagues, the Honorable Volcker, Powell, and Presidente Bowden. That's just going to crack me up every time I read it. But the printer is probably coming at some point. But I want to get y'all's thoughts on the market here, what we're seeing. Our thoughts on the CPI print and interest rates from Jerome, and everything in between, guys. I'm sure we're going to talk about meme coins on this show as well. But welcome. How are we doing, guys?
I mean, I'm not sure what CPI stands for. Maybe cake presidents inside, something like that. But I am sure that the printer is going to be hitting kicked on relatively soon again. Because our little buddy Jerome Powell is going to be hitting the button that says print. And 1.2 trillion already through the door. Looking at another 600 billion to come through the door. And the market's going to keep going up. I'm going to keep eating my ice cream. And we're going to have a lot of fun. I mean, people looking at this as some kind of fear scenario or scenario where the market comes down. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to be wrong. They're going to be pretty upset, and I'm just going to keep eating my ice cream.
Jesus Christ! This is a good comment. flat for longer, higher for longer brings more inflation, which is needed for our bags to turbo moon. I said this on our Discord call this morning. Okay, let me get this right. So the market needs to stay where it's at in terms of rates. I think the status quo needs to remain. I think as the further we can push out cuts, right, into Q4, maybe even next year, the further we can push that out without pricing in hikes at all, right, is optimal. So I think in that scenario, you would want inflation to somewhat bounce around between 3 and 4%, not really get too high above a four handle. But I think upper threes would be good for something like that because now we're pricing in a cut in September. If we can push that out even farther, I think that's ideal. I do think they probably do one kind of token rate cut, just kind of like as an example this year of 25 at some point, maybe in Q4. But anything besides that would be somewhat concerning, right? Like if they if they did like a 50 or a 75 at any point this year, I think that would be bad. I think if they did 225s, that would be bad. But in general, I think the longer we can remain exactly where we are from a rate perspective, the better for markets with somewhat sticky inflation, right? Because like everyone knows, right, the base effects are real. You know, we were ripping down in CPI last year, and we only have a 1-year look back now, so it's going to be more difficult to, you know, keep the downward pressure on CPI, essentially, is what that means. But yeah, higher for longer is better for the markets, in my opinion.
I want to point out to what you're saying, though, Tucker. Like it's definitely. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you Tucker there, Paul. It's definitely a lot different though environment. Well, first, sorry, I got a little distracted by the comments. I need to attack somebody. It's mad corny when you guys bitch about likes. It's
I
mad corny.
knew you were gonna come at that guy all the way.
Audience attacker.
It's mad corny when you can't hit a button that literally takes you 1 second to do. It's mad corny. But yeah, so I do think like when we look at this though, we need to understand like where we're at and what's going on. Like when you're on the side of rate hikes, it's inherently dangerous, right? It's inherently an issue because now you're going to be looking at a market that's going to continue to bear down. When you're on the side of like reducing hikes, it's a lot different environment. Yes, things can get rocky and you can get pullbacks, but at the end of the day, these pullbacks only create entries for higher positions or higher market movement. It doesn't matter how much they continue to cut, it's not going to create a bear market, right? All it's going to do is it's going to relieve the foot on the neck they've been doing to the economy and allow this economy to expand at much higher and much faster rates than what a lot of people are expecting. And I think a lot of people are not looking at that, on top of, again, El Presidente here has to get a second term. So since he has to get a second term, markets are not, they're not going to come down in any way that a lot of people think they are, at least going into the presidential election. These markets are going to remain elevated regardless of how much money they have to print, regardless of how much manipulation they have to create for that to happen. They're going to do it. They are going to do it. That's Jerome's job, if he wants to keep it, is to make sure that these markets look stable even if they're not.
No worries, I got this under control. Inflation is transitory.
There you go. There you go. Inflation's transitory.
Everyone calm down. It's gonna be okay. All right, we're just doing a little art, you know. This is some max art right here. Make the chart look real pretty. Oh, guys. Yeah, I mean, look, I think I don't know if we set our low yet today, but
John Wick asking about a revenge trade. I mean, is that even a question? Listen, you killed the entire mafia because of a dog, man. What you waiting for?
Here we go, guys. Here we go. I'm just gonna put this whole thing.
I think this is just the obvious answer, though, Tucker. This is something we've been looking at, been talking about. People continue to fade it and talk about everything else around what is actually occurring here, and I think that's where most people are going to get shaken out. I was also entertaining another conversation with Tommy before, or sorry, my apologies. I didn't mean to call you Tommy there, Ben. But I was also having another conversation with Ben earlier, and we were discussing the potential for them to maybe do a shakeout move here, which means like just kind of break the structure and then break out. And that could always be a play out too, and another opportunity for entry. I don't think it will disrupt markets in a major way. I think it's just going to pull them back a little bit. So that's something else to entertain also. If they were to break this uptrend structure, pull below it, and then rip to the upside while everybody's screaming we're going lower.
Man, this was quick. This was a lot quicker than what we're seeing now.
Can you draw what that would look like though, Tucker, just for the audience, if we were to break structure and then rip?
Yeah, so okay. I mean, it'd probably be like this. I don't even know where that goes. It'd probably be something like that. Into that line, into that low, maybe sweep this. We'll see, but
Yeah, but let's entertain maybe breaking the structure, this uptrend structure.
no,
What
we
would that
can't.
bring us back to?
No structure breaks, Will. No structure
No,
breaks.
but like I think it would actually be bullish if it did. No, I would. Yeah. That's what I would look for. That's what I would look for.
63s, maybe.
Yeah. So if there were a structure break, that would be kind of your low end range for a structure break, and you're still gonna rip off of it. So like it's like why would you sell here to buy lower? It just theoretically doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it's kind of like people saying, "Hey, number can't go up. We're topped," when they know, pretty damn well that Bowden can tell Powell over here anytime he wants to just hit the printer button, and it's going to happen.
The printer is coming.
The printer is indeed coming.
We were talking about that yesterday, right? As far as net liquidity. I think Max was.
We were. I think Tucker had it on the reverse repo.
Oh yeah. Hang on. Yeah, this is net liquidity. I already have it pulled up for the boys. Net liquidity in the S&P. I think I added the S&P. Let's add Bitcoin on here.
Do you guys remember in 2023 when all the macro analysts were telling us that net liquidity is too low? Markets are gonna crash even more. Yada yada. Net liquidity. Yada yada. Whatever. While I was eating my ice cream and not
It's
paying
because
attention.
it's because the net liquidity isn't that much actionable, to be honest. Like yes, the markets move because of liquidity, but the line chart itself isn't much actionable,
No, not really. I mean, actually, we need these on the same percentage scale. Nope, we don't. Just kidding. I'm gonna put it down below.
Yeah.
All right. So net liquidity up top, Bitcoin below. Weekly
Bitcoin
chart.
log.
So
Yeah.
what net liquidity means, net, just so you know, is basically world liquidity, right? So is world liquidity going up? Is the world liquidity going sideways? Is the world liquidity going down? And this is where a lot of people were getting it wrong because they were only acknowledging the downtrend and the potential that it could bounce out. Like look at where it bounced there, Tucker, on Bitcoin at the low. And look at where net liquidity bounced generally in the same position you made that shoulder before you ripped up. So go up a little bit.
I mean, look at this though, dude. Net liquidity literally went sideways in 2017, and Bitcoin still ripped like 10x. Like,
Yeah.
you know
Well,
what I mean?
the part that I point out was the 5.5 trillion. You
Well,
see
and
that
I'd
there?
say it looks even better right now. So.
Yeah, but draw a line off of that underneath that support where it found support at the low.
Are we charting net liquidity right
Yes,
now?
we are. Now pull it to the left.
Dude, I mean, look at
Boom.
we have a very
Boom.
rare panel on Market Check today. We should be charting net liquidity.
That's
No,
true.
we need to chart CPI, man. That's what we need to chart. What are we talking about here?
I can
Yep.
give you TA on federal funds rate.
Who doesn't think that Bowden runs the show now? We're charting net liquidity.
Wait, no. Consumer, what's the ticker for it? Core.
What do you want, Tucker?
Or no, it's USIRR. There. Yeah. Oh, who could have foreseen? Oh my goodness.
Boom. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Charted again. Oh,
Bro,
man. Can't chart that
who
stuff.
could have foreseen? When did I draw this, man? This has been so long ago. Oh my god.
That's my Fed chair.
Remember, none of this stuff can be charted. All right? None of this stuff can be charted.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't want this to happen, right? You can't have this.
That's
But-
legit what's gonna happen.
That is what's going to happen. Yeah.
I mean, okay.
That's bullish. That's bullish for a while, and then it's gonna tank the markets eventually, but it's bullish for now.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
inflation is very bullish. I don't know why people are even worried. Like, I want inflation right now because I'm
I don't know why people are worried. Like the groceries are 100% up. The Fed chair is telling you it's only 3%, and I have no idea why people are worried.
All right, so if let's go back. Let's do this. And we're gonna have to get rid of this. New pane. Make this a nicer color. Okay.
What is bro yammering about?
Here, I'll show you what bro's yammering about. Okay, so
Hold on. Before you go any further, what those
That
likes
1
look
month
like?
on the S&P looks insane, man.
Ben, I need you to check the like buttons.
I know.
I was just checking the like button. We're at 81 likes right now, boys.
How many viewers?
83 likes right now, actually.
All right, this is the area we're talking about.
I'm trying to be corny right now.
I'm trying to be corny. So if we think we're here, potentially, what did the S&P do? Right there. Little dip and rip. I mean, it just went up.
That's exactly it, bro.
What are we talking about? Like, it just went up. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
when did it bottom? Before it even ripped, right? This is when it started ripping. That was like the bottom. Like, if we start ripping on inflation from here, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think Bitcoin does?
But people are trying to measure the small pullback to the massive run. It logically makes no sense, right? It's like eating your ice cream with a spoon instead of a fork. It doesn't make any sense at all.
This is funny. Inflation is net bullish, but IRL bearish.
5D chess.
Bullish for risk, bearish for the grocery store. But yeah.
Bullish on having to sell a kidney eventually to buy groceries.
But
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean,
Look,
either way, like, it's bullish.
all I'm gonna say is if you haven't eaten your ice cream with a fork, you haven't lived life.
Guys, they really want the soybean chart for some reason. What are we at? 96. All right, I'm gonna quickly throw it on until we get to 100, and then we'll go back. Actually, yeah, we'll go soybeans. We'll go soybeans.
Man, they said that they'll slow down the pace of QT and the drop of balance sheet,
Yeah.
but it looks more like they started to speed it up.
All right, we're at 100. That was quick.
If Jackus were here, if he were here, he would not be happy with the number of likes on the video.
We're over 100.
He would not be. He'd be very angry.
Bullish on mass looting.
Mass looting. Oh my god. But yeah, man, like that's real. That's actually real, you know, because whenever you get higher inflation, you get higher criminal activity, which is the cost of fiat currency essentially. So, and that's confirmed by the data. So and you guys know that we are data driven. So
Always data driven.
we will decide meeting by meeting, though.
Oh man, oh man. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about some Bitcoin.
Are you sure? Because this was my golden age right here. This was all me, man. this was man a good time. All right. We'll get back to the Jesus Christ. You gotta get rid of that. Volume candles, beta new.
Try it.
Whoa. I don't like
Wait,
those
wait.
colors,
Go back on weekly. What the fuck? That's cool. Go back on weekly. I think it shows like those big ones. It shows them really wide.
Oh shoot, you're right. That's hilarious. It just makes them super wide.
Look at that fat green dildo.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yo. I wonder if I can. All right, well, first of all, we need to change the colors here because we can't do that.
What's going?
Hang on. I wonder if we can change
they're all asking for commodity futures.
Oh jeez, how did I do that again? Okay. I wonder if you can change like how big it makes the
Rob Z is correct though. Maybe we need Nancy Pelosi here.
I don't think you can. Dude, that
maybe
is
maybe Lagarde. Maybe we need to get Lagarde. Can we invite?
Yeah, look at the
Christine
candles,
Lagarde.
bro.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Someone was buying the top, it seems.
But the good thing about
bars.
My God, those tops get bought hard. Look at them.
Dude, this is hilarious. I like it.
Look at how they were selling the bottom there.
It's the same person who bought the top.
Probably.
I know we were talking about the possibility of a fake breakdown into a pump. What about the possibility of a pump to stop out all the shorts into that's the fake out, and then after they wipe out late longers again, then we pump really hard? What do you think about something like that?
But that was my thesis of a run up to like 75K, which I think is what they achieved, right? They achieved that goal by basically running the 75K and then running it short to wreck all the long positions. So they wrecked all the shorts, running up to 75, ran it back down to 65 to wreck all the longs. And this is what chop solidation is. It's the ideal range to where they can continue to make people overly bullish and overly bearish, get everybody pissed off where they lost a bunch of money because they continue to short and long the range. And then what do? Well, they're going to wait for everybody to get sidelined, price to pretty much come to a standstill where nobody is interested in buying or selling. And buyers have already bought, they're sitting still. Sellers have already sold, they're sitting still and waiting for something. And then they're going to react and push this thing into a bull run. like a real bull run. Like I think a lot of people when they hear us talk about bull run, they think we're in an actual like real toppy bull run. We're in the middle of the bull run, not the middle of the top, the middle of the middle, right? It's the most boring place to be. Like there's a little bit of excitement here and there, but it's mostly just crap. The real fun comes when you start getting towards the top. That's where everything flies. All the shit that you guys say is garbage and blah. Not you guys is in the show, but like people in general on Twitter say, "Oh, this is garbage." But all that shit's getting bid. Everything's getting bid. It doesn't matter if it's garbage or not. It's getting bid, and we haven't seen that yet.
President going to make damn sure of that.
Yeah, the printers aren't going to stop printing until everything hits a trillion.
I get it. Cricket flower futures are hopping. That's a dad joke. I appreciated it though.
No, but Tommy, you remember the play, man. Like it was, you could literally just point and shoot, and every day you wake up, it's the green candles, every single day.
That was a good time, man. I felt like such a genius. That was my first market cycle in crypto, spring of 2021.
There was no chasing losses. It was chasing some gains or chasing massive gains. That was it. You couldn't lose. And that part of the market, it's going to come back whether people think it is or isn't.
Dude, I love these candles, man. It makes it so clear. Like if you fail to get above this candle, you'll nuke again. Okay, so same thing here. If we can't get above this candle, we're gonna put a lower low in probably. Right? Like you didn't even attempt to break back down from this, right? You filled the volume candle, you bounced a little. You filled this one, you bounced a little. But like that's just easy trend trading right there.
Everybody's short here, Tucker. Everybody's short. They never open the short till you're at the bottom.
There's funding. Somebody find funding for me.
I did see Bybit earlier this morning was more negative than every other exchange, which is typically a good sign.
Are they actually negative or are they just less positive?
No, I mean it's like okay, I guess they've kind of evened out a little bit more. But Binance was way more positive than Bybit this morning. So we'll see what it looks like from here. I would still assume that there's a good number of shorts built up. If anything, guys, I mean, like we've been just harvesting asks at 71 to 72K. So, I mean, how many people do you think are just sitting in passive shorts at that level? I would not feel comfortable if holding a short from there, man.
Indeed.
It's also why I kind of think, sorry for cutting you off, Jack. This is also why I could kind of see some sort of thing where we pop to like 75, 76, and then that's a fake out, trade back into the range, and then we rip to like 100K in the span of a few weeks. I could see something like that.
I think your downtrend's close to being done, like where we are currently, right? A rip back up only makes sense from here. And again, it's just range trading. We discussed this many times. You're going to remain between the prices of 75K and 65K. Those are going to be your ranges. Are you going to dip a little lower here and there? Sure. It's just going to be to take out the big longs that may have like over leveraged their positions. I think a lot of people aren't looking at this from what it is versus what they want to pretend it is. And again, you have the structure that's actually in favor of bullishness, but I'm not going to get played into thinking that we're just going to break out here. I'm thinking that more than likely what this is just a trap again to continue to chop sideways some more, right? And eat people alive on leverage. Leverage positions are going to get you wrecked trying to catch this breakout. It's absolutely going to wreck your liquidity. And quiet and sturdy, he said it best up there. If you go to his first comment before his last comment. And I think that's something you got to really kind of take into your mind and kind of comprehend. I think it's pretty comprehensible for a lot of people. Yeah.
What a comment.
But it is what it is. I think a lot of people got to take this, for what it is as far as the market and understand you're in chop, buy the low range, I would not be trading to sell the high range. I'm just looking for the breakout. That's it. I'm buying the low range every time we revisit, and I'm waiting for the breakout of the range.
It's coming. It's coming. I think there's maybe some more shenanigans, but either way, man, that's not going to stop these altcoins from, I think, grinding higher, because I was impressed today. I'll be honest. Like, a lot of altcoins, Bitcoin and ETH were down 2% when I woke up, and altcoins were only down 3, 4, 5%. Usually on these type of days, they would be down like 10%, right? So I thought that was pretty constructive from that standpoint as a whole. But yeah, no, I think a lot of altcoins sitting at lows, they realistically will probably hold.
Ooh, Sol
Soul
looks
weakness
bad,
is interesting.
man.
But the soul weakness is interesting, but that's something that Jackus has talked about as well. I think will too. We're probably about ready to see that rotation into, I mean, maybe not a rotation into other majors, but Bitcoin and ETH outperforming Sol definitely looks more probable from here than it did at any other point over the last few months, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
want to add to that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I still think that Sol heads to new all-time highs, not so far from now though.
I do too. It's kind of funny. I was looking at it's so, like, there's such a stark difference looking at Sol USD versus Sol market cap chart.
Yeah, true. That shows who's dumping on you.
Yeah, the thing I wanted to point out though with Soul specifically is, like, if you look at the timeline, and you guys have probably seen this just like I have, um, is that a lot of people are actually getting frustrated with Soul, and that's where I think the rotation. I don't think the rotation occurs because people want to actively lead the Soul chain or don't want to operate on it. I think a lot of people get pissed off because of the congestion. Like, a guy yesterday posted how he basically lost 7K on a meme coin trade that he was in because it took him 24 hours to get his transaction to go through. And it, as you see more and more of that start to play out, more and more of that to become relevant, and people realize, like, hey, Sol's network is an absolute, dog shit chain when it comes to congestion. I'm just gonna keep it real, right? Like, I'm not saying there's not volume. I'm not saying there's not money to be made over there. I'm just simply stating that the chain is garbage. Like, for you to not be able to transact a freaking a swap and it to take 24 hours is ridiculous. And people can have bagatitis all they want about it. It's just a fact. Um, I think, like, and I'm a guy who has a lot of soul bags. I'm just telling you this with a lot of soul bags, like, a lot. I have, like, probably 6 figures sitting in meme coins on Soul. But um, I can tell you actively, just looking at it, you're seeing the frustration across the board, and this will force people into other L1s. AKA, people will start to move back to ETH because fees are not as bad as people say they are. People continue to cry about ETH fees for $25 and $50 and $100. Wait until it gets to 1,000. Then you'll really be second thinking that whole, hey, I thought ETH fees were bad. But one thing they can never say, I will point this out. One thing they can never say about ETH, oh, the network's congested and my transaction got held up for 24 hours. Never going to happen. Because
Yeah,
all they're
that's
going to do
true.
is increase prices. Go ahead, Tucker. What did you say?
No, that's real. I mean, dude, when ETH fees are like 300, 350 a pop in like a few months, people are really gonna be complaining. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm bullish on Sol. I have a bunch of Sol, obviously, right? I did sell some of it into STX the other day, but yeah, man, I was trying to buy Jill Bowden the other day. And I literally couldn't do it. I was literally on Radium, Sol in the wallet, ready to go, hit swap like 10 times. Could not buy this token because the network was congested. I was like, dude, what is going on here? So yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, I know the fire dancer thing isn't gonna like fix anything. I mean, it's a step, right? Like the ability to fix things should you know, help at some point, right? When they actually implement it. But you know, I don't know, man. Yeah, ETH is still the king. Like, there's no debating. But
Yeah, I want to point out real quick because Zach Quant said it's still gonna pump. Yeah, no, 100%. That's exactly what I said. I said it. Yes, it's still gonna pump. I 100% agree with that. But it's going to start to deter people to want to use other chains so they can get transactions through when they want to. That's the issue. It's good. It's going to draw liquidity elsewhere due to the inefficiencies that it's created through its transaction congestion.
yes, yeah. So look, I mean, I think it still makes sense from like a just an outperformance and price perspective to probably hold Sol over ETH for just for the cycle. Like, if you're like, all right, you can hold one this cycle, which one do you pick? I would pick Sol, but I would rather hold Sol and then hold ETH beta, right? Rather than hold Sol and ETH. Even if the chains are, you know, somewhat different, right?
Yeah, that's actually a good point too, Tucker. I really like how you pointed that out because like Sol versus ETH, Sol will probably outperform ETH, right?
Yeah.
No, I have no doubt about that. But when you're talking about playing in beta, you're going to lose on a lot of trades just because you can't transact. You can't send shit through, and you can't pull shit out on the beta. That's the issue right now. Now you can, and I will point this out because those who know, they know, you can use things like Photon and so on and so forth, which is a bot, and probably the safer of any of them. And we are not sponsored. I want to point that out. So don't think that this is any type of shill. But you can use things like Photon or Bonk or any of those other ones and use those bots. And those bots can give you the ability to get in and out with way less congestion or none at all, right? It's kind of weird or funny how bots can front run everything, but your own really wallet transactions can't. But those are solutions, but they're not going to be solutions for the masses. That's the problem. The problem is the masses are going to be like, you know what? If I got to use a bot to do this, and there's safety issues with bots, they're just going to be like, I'll just use ETH, or I'll just use Sui, or I'll use whatever, whatever L1 they want to get to, or L2 or L3, and they'll just move over. But for the people that are playing there, yeah, it is a solution for that. But as far as swaps go, like, man, Radium just needs to delete itself. Like, that's it.
Dude,
It
yeah,
literally
Radium is
needs
Well,
to
terrible, dude.
delete
Right,
itself.
too.
the
Like,
thing about
delete the
Radium,
whole. Go ahead.
the thing about Radium is that the dev is literally dead. So it's like they can't improve the protocol.
That
Dude,
is sometimes the benefit. If like the devs are gone, at least no one's ragging on you or doing some crazy changes. Like,
I
he's
love that
actually
meme.
dead.
Yeah, no, he's actually dead, which is why the protocol hasn't improved at all. But there is that meme of I don't even remember what it was from, but it was like, oh yeah, during the mint, the dev died, and then the mint
Oh
went
yeah.
successfully, and it was like we have like just in the dev came back to life, and then about an hour after that, it's like, oh no, the dead is dead. The dev is dead
oh my.
again.
Dude, I was
Listen,
gonna say he should be in actual prison, but he's gone.
so Danish was like, what the fuck am I seeing? The whole BB balance replaced by the US Fed? No, man, this is the actual FOMC meeting,
We're talking about high inflation and how it's so over and how it's gonna nuke the markets.
Speaking of inflation, I was playing with this chart, Tucker. And what if we are like this spike? What if it's this spike, right? And then we get another one, another one. And
Yeah.
like, look here, right here at the bottom, right? The market continued higher. So what if like we are in for something like this, right? Then the inflation starts creeping up. We get second like it's like over. We sweep the low, it does this kind of COVID of the 60s, whatever that was, and then we get another one, but the market is not baiting anymore, and we just go higher.
Yeah, no, I
Forever.
mean that's what we always speculated, right? Was like that that broadening wedge or whatever, a cone, whatever you call it, right? Like Yeah, if you just draw that. Yeah, like one of those happening. So we set a higher high and then we set a lower low. And then it's just, if you're not, I mean, if you're holding like equities with like a 10, 15-year time horizon, like you're really just like not making any money. I mean, you're probably staving off inflation, but like, you know, obviously crypto should print, but like, you know, you're just kind of chopping for like 10, 15 years, like the lost decade type shit. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What's actually crazy is if you're gonna put SPX versus US CPI there, right? And what people think like the market went sideways, but what actually happened is that the market was in a crazy bear market in that time. I'm not gonna pull 2-week chart there. So this is the same time, and like everyone thought that like, you know, we are going sideways, but what actually happened is that the market went, you know, minus 66%. It's crazy.
You're losing money. Yeah.
It took, wait, how much was it? Jesus. That's like, you know, 25 years.
Good Lord, dude, that's terrible. That's awful.
It's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
man, I hope we're not in that.
Listen, this is crazy, all right? So the market was already sending way higher. It could not reach the peak until here. Wow.
Yeah, it's rough.
Imagine.
I'm okay with that. It just means that all assets will move to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
The real super cycle.
Super size.
The real hedge against inflation,
Super
finally.
cycle.
When hedge against inflation isn't a meme anymore, finally.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think for people trying to get like fast trades in and out, like Solana's not going to work for them. But like people trying to like hold their positions on Solana, it'll probably work out in the end. We'll see. I think that just not enough people are considering, and somebody said that they said they're promising fixes today or whatever. If they're doing anything, it's probably a band-aid, because Fire Dancer is basically essentially kind of the fix that they're trying to create, and it's just like kind of more or less a recode of the original code, kind of like what Ethereum does whenever it updates. Wink, wink. Um, but at the end of the day, like it's not actually solving anything if you read on it. It's just it's allowing them to have the ability to solve things. That's the issue, right? And they're like, if that was the case all along, then that means Solana's code was kind of like, meh, it wasn't that good. Um, and then on top of that, like congestion is always going to be a problem, in my opinion, with centralization, and that's what Solana is.
Yeah, but
Solana is
Will,
centralization.
look how far Sol got with shitty code, man.
Yeah, but
That's
anything could
bullish.
do that. I mean,
That's bullish.
look at Luna. Look at Celsius. Like,
No. We can't. Those comparisons aren't real.
all right, not Celsius, but like there's a lot of scenarios where shit ran and then got wrecked later. So I mean, $8 Soul was pretty fucking wrecked, man. I don't care what nobody says. Like you got obliterated if you just held your soul back to the downside. You didn't make nothing. So the people that got in though, hey, that was a deal. That was the deal position right there, $8.
What is
Indeed.
Celsius's token even trading anymore?
I think it is, yeah.
Of Alex Mashinsky.
Yep.
Alex Mashinsky. Oh no.
Crazy, right? That they
Oh
haven't pulled
no.
it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Will, that looks
Oh
like a chart you
no.
might
This
like.
does look like a
I'm
little
in. I'm
chart.
in. Look, I watch. You guys are gonna laugh. I'm gonna put $100 in that, bro. If it turns into 100K, I'm gonna laugh at you guys.
What's
It will
the
never.
market cap on this bad boy?
Who knows?
Let me take a look. 87 mil. Surely
think they're-
people aren't dumb enough to trust this company again.
Bro, look at the wicks.
Surely.
Sarcastically.
Look at the wicks.
What's FTT
Bro.
doing?
And then look at the bull div.
Look at the volume
candle.
candle.
We're gonna fill that, bro. It's gonna fill it. I'm
No.
legit putting
I've
money
been
in that.
saying, I've been
Can we do
saying
this in Luna?
people should be holding a very, very small bag of FTT just in case.
In case of what?
The US
FTX
government is
2.0.
going to use FTT or FTX to like launch a new exchange that they control, man. 100%.
What?
Yeah. You haven't heard that rumor?
No.
GCR also thinks that FTT
Yeah.
goes all back up.
The thing is
Cool.
FTT's not, it's not toast like people think it is, bro. It's not. Like they're legit trying, like they've already said that they've allocated or gotten enough assets to give everybody their assets back. Now that the market's pumped over thousands of %, and they can give you back your original priced assets in the bear market pricing. Which is hilarious, by the way. They're not giving you current pricing; they're giving you bear market prices. And so now they're saying they can pay everybody back.
That's
Bro,
crime.
I'm laughing.
0 degrees Celsius.
I'm buying both, bro. I don't care. I'm putting $1,000 on both. I'm willing to bet this.
I'm
I
not
think-
touching FTT even if it were to run higher, man.
It's
I think if you
risky.
just have like a ton of cash, you can just stash them away in FTT and probably come back to like a 50x in a few years.
What?
Yeah.
50x. You think it's gonna go back to the highs?
Yes.
Why?
Because why not?
Why would they use their why even if they do whatever you just said, why would they use FTT, bro?
Hold on. Let me answer that for you real quick, there, Mr. Paul. All right. But you just told me how congestion
Paul.
on a shit network is bullish, but you're saying that FTT can't go up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, the chart looks like this, so you know. I
Bill's
don't know,
got a
man.
I-
If
that looks like
anything,
a pretty
point.
if anything, the opportunity cost is gonna be terrible. 'cause
Tucker.
it's probably
Yeah.
gonna do this forever.
Mr. Paul, can you do this candlestick on Luna?
Hold on.
This volume candlestick.
I want to see it too.
Before we leave, Mr.
It's
Paul,
Luna. Luna
please
USD.
cover
Luna.
cover the FVG on FTT and Luna.
Covered it.
USDT,
Which
the
one?
first one.
The first one.
Oh,
Oh no!
Show me the
The wick.
FVG.
wait, there's no candle. It's just
Oh no!
Bro, that was my short. Like
That
I
looks
didn't
like-
think it was gonna die.
I got a good joke for you guys. I got a good joke for you. A literal and metaphorical anchor.
Oh no! Yeah.
Bro, oh, you know what's hilarious? Look at that candle fill they did when it came down. They filled the whole thing. Look at it. Look at that wick coming back up.
I know.
Now
FVG filled.
All right, so that FVG was filled. Now go to FTT's FVG. Let's look at it.
Hang on.
We're about to fill it, bro.
Oh Jesus.
What is going on here?
He doesn't know yet.
Oh yes,
What?
I do.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. The new Luna.
Oh no!
Yeah.
DNA.
It's coming.
It's
What's the market cap
guys.
on
It's
ENA?
coming. A bill? No, probably closer to $2 billion now.
You think it's gonna hit 100 billion, 200 billion?
Why
I
can't
don't
it?
care. It can go to
Oh my
50
god, the
and it's a
FTB is
50.
Look,
like
we
5 billion.
let me do something for you guys real quick. You got to do the math. How many coins do you think are going to hit 100, 200 bill? Because if our expectations are 7 trillion, you're expecting Bitcoin to take half of that, right? And then you're expecting Ethereum to probably take, I don't know, 1/5 of that. How much billions are left, and how many coins do you think get that distribution? You know, like
Respectfully, Joe, I don't know if I can trust your math skills at the moment.
Look, vanilla ice cream mixed with Oreos. It's the best thing in the world. I like to call it Venoreos, but at the end of the day, you have to eat it with a fork, and it tastes pretty good. I do want to look at that FVG though. Sorry if I just confused you guys. That FVG on FTT, man. I am very interested in this. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Look at that,
man.
Tommy.
And didn't
Tommy,
fill shit, dude. What are you
Tommy,
talking
look
about?
at it, bro.
I do believe that FTT will come back.
No, but
Whatever needs to happen, man. But like
This is the FVG, brother. None of it's filled.
I know that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what is just the FVG fill percentage wise?
What is what?
The
Oh,
FVG fill just percentage wise. How many is that? I can't see.
14x.
All right, I'm in. Let's do it.
Will.
Run it, bro. Let's run it.
Let the casino roll. Bet
there
more.
is probably better opportunity cost in other markets. I mean, I think that is real because who knows when this will come back, but I do think that it will.
Yeah. I think, guys, the current problem, maybe what the cycle will have is the dilution of cryptos that people just chase. There's just too much shit right now, I think.
No, there's not enough, Jack.
agree
There's
with
not
that.
enough.
Not enough shit.
We need more. Yeah, we need more shit.
I think we need more new shit for sure. And it's coming. Oh my God. That is so funny with the volume candles.
Bro, the fact that Luna filled the entire FVG and FTT didn't, that should be telling.
Wait, Luna did not fill.
Luna filled it on the way down.
Luna
It still
filled the
filled
fair
it.
value gap at 0.
It still filled it. But that's pretty crazy, man. That's a crazy looking chart. Look, ENS.
ENA so much higher. So much higher.
I don't know, bro.
If this was if this was a shit coin, you'd be buying it.
I would, yeah. Because it have less market cap.
Breakout. So much higher.
ENA is already at top. Is it already at top? It's 58 total market cap right now.
But draw the trend lines on that, Tucker. Low and high.
Bro, it's going top 10. That's 100%.
But draw the trend lines, low and high.
What, that?
And then the high one, the resistance trend.
I mean, I don't even. Where would you even? Fuck that wick. Let's just do this.
Where would you even?
What kind of pattern is that?
Bullish. It's the going straight up in a straight line pattern.
Is it bullish?
It's going straight up in a straight line pattern.
Oh,
Called study parabolas, Will.
oh,
bro,
man.
study BNB breakout because it's up 3% on the day now.
Study this thing breaking.
Let's take a look at BNB.
Is BNB still in its wedge? It should be, or not wedge, but pennant.
It seems it seems it's breaking out, and it's legit just 15% from all-time highs.
Guys, you can't make this up, man. Look at these pennants; they play like a violin, man.
This looks like Bitcoin, man. This is literally Bitcoin.
They're just beautiful. They're just beautiful.
BNB front running Bitcoin.
If it flips that zone, man, it's back to all-time high.
I mean, where's all-time high? Yeah.
Easy.
700.
Yep.
I still cannot believe that people think that Solana will hit new all-time high earlier than BNB.
I think it'll hit it before ETH, maybe, though.
I think so too. I think BNB hits it first out of these three.
Yeah.
Yeah, BNB looks the most bullish. The trend's just stronger on BNB than the other two. It just
And
is.
nobody's in it.
We're pumping.
Everyone is short and strong.
Boys, we're pumping.
Oh no.
It's over. Did you see the wick?
If we flip 69.3, basically flip the consolidation from last night's Asia session, man, we're gonna probably squeeze every short from the range.
Bro, if this like if this shit pulls out and ETH starts running a little bit, like ETH hit 3,700. I don't think anybody talked about that, but if this shit starts pulling out, Solana starts ripping, ETH starts ripping, BNB starts ripping, like your shorts are toast. You're gonna get freaking smoked.
Yeah, if you flip this, like you said, this red box, you're gonna rip hard.
I love how I love this chart type, man. How like some of these candles are so thin, and then you have like this one fat candle. So good.
Yeah, Will, when I told you about ENA, I told you the circulating market cap. The FTV is like 20 bill.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Bro, it's 20x. Bro.
But there's no, I checked the vesting. There's not a single unlock for a year. So let it fly. Let it fly,
but
man.
the thing is like you need it to stay like it is through the bull run. Like it's
Got
have
a
so
year,
much
man.
pressure.
It's got a
Yeah, but
full year. Let it
the
rip.
bull run is next year.
The bull run is right now.
The bull run is happening.
This is the mid market, bro. This is the mid market.
Will. This is a bull run. Okay.
It's the middle. This is just the middle of the move.
All right, that's fine, but we've got a year left until an unlock. Like, I think we'll be all right. Let it fly, man. You're literally right here. You're about to just tear.
See, this is exactly why I go straight to shitcoins, because all the tokens are unlocked. There's no vesting period dumps.
I still cannot get over the fact how bold that the candle is on this chart in March.
Huh? Which one?
Oh yeah,
The March candle. How wide that one is.
This one?
the
Yeah.
SVP one.
Yeah, that was SVP. Yeah.
Yeah, that's if you zoom out, it's the widest candle in the chart.
Yeah,
Why do you have wide candles? What the hell?
Will,
Will,
candles.
Will, you've been sleeping?
Where you been, bro? Look at these candles.
I use RSI and regular volume. I don't use fat candles.
Yeah,
You
it's
need to
new, Will. It's in beta.
Study fat candles.
It's a new alpha. Yeah. It says beta. Wait, it says beta, but it's actually alpha.
Yeah, it's actually alpha.
Bro, what? When did they add this?
I don't know. I just found it today, man. Look at these candles.
What is bro sleeping about, man?
Yeah.
Like we've been talking about this for the past hour, man. But Mr. Paul Volcker had this on his chart for like the past hour, and he kept entertaining this.
Bro, I've only had my first bowl of ice cream. I need you to calm
My
down.
first
Okay?
bowl.
You need to stop eating with a fork, Will. Oh man. Oh no.
I was like, why does this candles look all jacked up?
Yeah.
It's called alpha, Will.
Oh.
But that March candle in 2023 is like that's crazy. I think we like, and I've been saying that back then, that there has been so much spot buying in that candle. And if you were to look back, the equities did not run, during that. It was only gold, silver, and Bitcoin on that day that pumped heavily. And I do not think we are coming back down there anymore. Like we are never visiting lower prices than during that a huge spot buy volume in March, ever.
Thanks, Nomad.
Yeah, literally.
That's still my favorite Nomad moment. So if you guys don't know who Nomad is, he's like this ancient Bitcoin whale and market maker. And some people might find him annoying, but I mean, he is a whale, a giga whale. And I remember when we were trading below 20K, he said, if we're not above 20K by the time I get home, a lot of you are going to be liquidated. And within like 2 days, we were at like 25K. And then I think within a week, we were at 31. So
there he is.
Yeah, but Tommy, do you remember us on the panel sitting here discussing, and I was like, "You're not getting any lower. You're not getting any lower where we were at the 25K range. Like, look how thin trading was at 25 to 30K. Look how thin it was.
Yeah.
The SVB candle, man. I mean, I remember I had call options on Bitcoin because I had a friend who's an options guru, and he was like, yeah, upside volatility for the next 2 weeks is really underpriced. And then price went down another 20%, like another 15 to 20% that Friday. And I was, I ended up puking the calls, and then they ran like a 30 to 40x from what I bought, even though they went down 90%, like 95%. So man, that was my first experience with crypto options. That's for the real degens, man. I mean, it's way more degenerate in the options land in Bitcoin and ETH than it is on perps.
Can you put on the monthly with this type of candles?
There's some alpha in there. Like highlight all the big candles at the bottom there, Tucker, on the weekly.
No, you cannot use Bitstamp because that she doesn't have any volume anymore.
True, that's true.
Wow.
Look, if you bought any of those big candles, just buy into any of them. You bought the bottom of the market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jesus, those are insane.
And look at the top. The market started signaling the top after the first top on 2021.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, the volume candles are alpha.
And look, our vol up here isn't even close to any of those. Like even your uptrend on 2020 to 2021, all that uptrend is way thicker than our current uptrend. Like we haven't even hit FOMO yet.
Try Bitfinex. Delete the USDT. Sorry, the T.
Jeez.
There's really no point in even selling your position in a lot of that, man.
Try BNB.
Oh god.
On Bitfinex?
Like volume candles from 2021. Oh my god.
Go on.
Look at that buy up. Oh my! And look, you landed right on top of that buy up candle.
It's like
that massive one.
That is alpha. Look at that.
Try weekly though. Yeah. Wow.
That is alpha.
And you're not even close to a top bid on BNB. Look at it. Not even close. BNB, bro, I could see $2,000 BNB.
Yeah, I mean, the 4 digits are sooner than people realize. Do you know that writing the objects in the mirror are closer than they appear? The 4 digits are closer than people realize.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a 10x, bro. That's crazy.
That's true. From the bottom to 2,000, that's 10x. That's wild.
Everybody talking about BNB not having good returns, and it pulls a 10x off the local low.
That's pretty nutty. I'm not gonna lie, man.
I remember, man, there were people on Twitter publicly shorting this, and I was telling them just short anything besides BNB. Anything.
when we first met, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, B&B." I was like, "Bro," I was like, "Do not short it." I'm like, "That's what I like. You can short anything in the market, just don't short B&B."
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy was very vocal about it. That like, you know, anything but don't short against the Godfather.
Like I tell people this all, like there were so many people openly vocal. Who, man, I forget what's his name. I know
Did you say
Magoo.
openly Volker?
Yeah, openly vocal about B&B. I know Magoo was one, and then there was another Michael. I don't want to say it wasn't Cantor or Green. It was
It was Gaiad.
was it
Yeah,
Guyad?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they were shorting the bottom like openly on Twitter, and I was like, bro, these guys are gonna get blown out. And they're like, you know, macro, blah, 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 blah. You know, and that worked out. That worked out really well for you because you probably lost every bit of your short.
What is Capo doing these days?
Shorting bottoms.
Writing bearish fan fiction.
Literally.
He's writing the next Marvel comics for bear shorts.
He's like cartel pump and then Giga Nuke. We sweep this high and then it's Giga Nuke. See,
Bro,
I
the
told you we were
hammers.
going higher, but now it's the Giga Nuke.
If he would have just flipped his hammers upside down, he would have been better off.
Imagine when it breaks out of this range, man.
Almost every short position that Capo called, though, no cap, was like wink, 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 no cap. Was a small short, like 2 or 3%, but then ripped against him. It's like, bro, like, why would you even go in for a 2 or 3% move? Capo's the original cocaine bear.
Jeez, man. I mean, those May 2021 candles are so wild in hindsight on like
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
People got destroyed. The monthlies or the weeklies don't even do it justice, man. I mean, you had some of the weekly candles on a lot of DeFi alts are so funny. I think
Dude,
sushi went from like 20, 22, 23 bucks to like $6 in the span of a week.
you got to highlight Smash's comment there.
You mean this one?
Yeah, invalidations are above its liquidation. Bro, if you know, you know.
What does this chart look like versus Matic? I know that's something
What do you mean?
Matic is
versus
heavily
Jackie's
Matic?
talking
logging.
about.
Matic is heavily logging BNB.
You mean
But if
like
ETH is going to catch a
BNB
bid,
Matic or?
I'm not bull posting Matic here, but I am saying
Please don't. Yeah.
I am saying they do look very similar.
Oh, just because they didn't
Matic
break
is
down. Make sure there's no Matic TA on that one, eh?
I mean, you see the downtrend there, that small one. If you zoom in on the weekly again, Matic.
Looks like a textbook
Small one.
version of the euthanasia roller coaster, right?
No, I mean, if you connect the weeklies from March 2022 high.
Yeah, just.
No. March 2022.
Oh, March 2022.
Or April, sorry, yeah.
This?
Yeah, March, yeah. And if you connect those, you see a clear liquidity level. And you just know that this is getting broken through. And I mean, everyone's hating on Matic or laughing at it, right? But people did that to BNB, and now BNB just ripped higher in a straight line. And like, when this next higher time frame like comes, you know, could be straight line to $3.
The one laughing will be Sandeep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can only FUD it for so long. And
What
the sentiment on Matic literally is probably rock bottom.
what if Matic goes to what if Matic like the way we entertain BNB going to 2000? What if Matic goes to double digits and that's 1000x?
Man, you're gonna have me charting Matic today.
I need you to FUD Matic.
Unforgivable. Making me chart Matic.
No, but there is some alpha though in Matic. He's not BSing. I've been paying attention to it closely. I think I was talking about it at like 63 cents, and like that thing, like again, it's gonna be due to Solana's lackings that a lot of these other chains are gonna gain more attention once the bull market gets in full steam. And I think getting positioned ahead of the market is actually a good idea because if there's beta on Matic, then you want to get the Matic token while it's cheap, so your beta is cheaper, right? And I think that that's what people have to keep in mind is like the point of the L1s and the L2s and the L3s is to be ahead of the market. So that way, when you get in and they start pumping your L1s, L2s, and L3s, you're getting significantly better pricing. So you have way more of the underlying token that you're trying to use for your beta buys, if that makes sense.
No, I agree with that.
Listen, what I'm currently seeing is that it is like doing these, constant. Look at these bounces, right? You get a big bounce, then you get a smaller bounce, and then you get a smaller bounce. So you're seeing they're raping, and then what's coming here is either this, because you're coming from this cluster, or you are getting the final capitulation. And I actually do not know which one of these it's going to be here because we are kind of in a no level, and I could see this one coming down here again, like having the capitulation candle. But that capitulation candle on Tucker's chart will be like this here. And then that's the one to shove in. So, it's worth watching the breakout, or it's worth waiting for the capitulation here. And this is daily time frame, I actually do not know which one it's going to be.
STX looks pretty good.
Who?
STX.
Oh, let me check. Please pump STX to double digits.
I do think it's an interesting conversation about whether or not ordinals pump harder before or after the halving.
Oh, that's a good thought to entertain.
Because a lot of like the top ordinals collections, the charts look so good. So good. And STX to me looks like it, it hasn't even put in that. There's gonna come a 2-week span where STX probably doubles or something like that. Like that looks like a high time frame, slow grind higher.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks like FTX. When FTX felt too overbought to people at 80 cents before it ripped to $3, something like that. Fetch.
No.
No.
No. Bowden dropped. Wait, what? Yeah, man, I think it looks great. Weekly looks great. I mean, yeah, it's just grinding above all-time highs. Like what? What else do you want to see? Clearly hasn't blown off yet.
I could
It's
see
probably
it
gonna do
drop
something
a little
stupid.
lower. I could see it drop a little lower.
Yeah.
STX is probably going to be one of those coins we look back on in like
Yeah.
6 months, and you know, these prices were just, you know, were probably a good buy.
It all comes to the fact if you think that Bitcoin is going above 100K, that's STX, you know, at $8 minimum. So
8? Jackass, this thing's at $5 billion market cap. You need to raise your targets, brother.
like, yes, I agree. I was giving minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this just tells me the ordinals bubble is going to probably blow off in the next 6 months too. Because I look at this
blow off or start out.
I look at that chart, man. You know what? I like. I see the Sol consolidation from spring 2021 with that slow grind up back to the highs. Just hasn't blown off yet.
Which
yeah, spring 2021, that range we had. Yeah, that one right there. You're going to need to get on a lower time frame to kind of see because the way Sol approached the breakout was very similar to how STX is just kind of grinding up.
What do you this? Oh, spring. Yeah.
Not that a little bit further to the right.
This?
Yeah, well, obviously STX was more floored from a cyclical standpoint. If you zoom out on STX, like to me, it just looks like a slow grind to the highs, waiting for that huge expansion.
Yeah, but Sol like did this. You know.
Is STX not doing a bigger version of that?
Go back. Damn it. What do you mean? Like, I mean, you think it's going to come down here and then go?
I mean, maybe a small pullback, but like, I don't think you're getting much more downside on STX before significantly higher prices.
El Presidente is back. He's back. The Bowden.
The Bowden. It's not going to align perfect, but I think from the sense that, you know, I've studied that Sol grind up pattern because one of the things I wasn't turbo long these coins off the lows in the summer of 2021. I always ask myself, okay, how can I avoid missing that again? And if the lower you go on the Sol time frame in that range, like the breakout was it literally was a slow grind back to the highs with no dips. And then eventually the expansion came and it was just massively vertical. So maybe we're actually where Sol was at like $60. But
that's what I was going to say. It looks more like that.
What does?
Because we are above all-time high on STX technically.
Yeah,
so I would say that's probably where we're at. And that implies to me a double-digit STX.
Raise your targets.
Yeah, raise your targets. $5 billion market cap for the only functional layer 2 on Bitcoin. 50 bill, easy, 10x, $30 sticks.
You know what that means for our puppets?
Gorillions. Yeah.
Mr. Puppeteer. Anyways, guys, what is the like button on?
I have no idea.
That's a good question.
154.
One what?
154.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We really cooked some alpha for you guys today. Only 154 likes.
Yeah, man.
Let's bump that up to 200 before we go off air here. But
we're all old. That's why.
Listen, Jerome Powell is displeased and is leaving the FOMC meeting.
Wow.
I wanted to push back on. Oh wow. Okay, he's gone. Yeah, we're going to get into print in the backgrounds, people. Don't worry. He's going to hit the print button. But I wanted to point out one thing and kind of um, push back a little bit on STX being the only functional layer two. Lightning Network was the first, and there are many others that are actually currently active as L2s for Bitcoin. So I wouldn't say STX is the only one out there. There's a
Yeah,
lot.
no, it's not the only one, but if you want yield on Bitcoin, it's pretty much the only place you can go. Unless you want to get rugged on BlockFi or Celsius, but
I think it's called Varus. I might be wrong. There's another one too that's actually offering yield too. But I'll have to figure out which one it was. But there was another one I was looking into also. Starts with a V, but their L2 on Bitcoin also is offering kind of yield more or less.
Honestly, that's probably something to pay attention to here over the next few weeks. Like looking for underbid Bitcoin eco
L2s.
ordinal
Yep.
stuff, because everybody's looking at like the most obvious trending stuff on ordinals. But I mean obviously eventually that stuff will catch a bid. I just don't know when that's going to be. But when STX starts expanding, you have to imagine people are going to be buying the crap out of that stuff. So I agree with you, Will. I think that's probably an area that I should be looking as well.
Yeah, the L2s on Bitcoin are heavily undervalued, heavily underbid, and really not paid attention to at all. And I think people should continue to look at those ecosystems and understand that, hey, there's probably a lot of opportunity over here because Bitcoin itself, to be able to launch more ordinals on it, is going to be too expensive at a certain point. Once you get above 100K, these sets are going to take $250,000 to be able to push out. Nobody's going to do that. So they're going to look at L2s and they're going to start using these as opportunities to create and build on. And we're going to start to see, I think, an ecosystem being built upon these L2s within the Bitcoin ecosystem.
I like it.
Plus, you can't launch smart contracts on Bitcoin for those who don't know. So the L2s will also offer that opportunity too if people want to.
Yeah, that's a good level. That is a good level.
Yeah, man. How many likes did we get to?
Support, baby. Support.
Got to 166 likes, guys. I think this is a good spot to probably wrap things up. See what Bitcoin has now officially flipped green, by the way, boys. So
dude, they're gonna run it. Oh my
they're about
God.
to take shorts to the freaking cleaners, probably.
Oh my God.
You know what else is very green today?
Dogecoin up 3, huh?
Doge is probably about to do something stupid too, man. Jeez.
You think?
Maybe.
Tommy,
Maybe.
it's hilarious because I was like shit talking Doge before, but I'm so bullish on it right now. It's not even funny.
It happened. It happens to all of us, man. It's like it's fun to FUD things, and then eventually you look at the chart and you're like, "Damn, that looks so good."
I'm like, people are sitting here talking about Litecoin. It's time to look at Doge.
Oh man. All right, guys. I will go ahead and start running the outro. Appreciate you guys as always for being here. Real quickly, I'm going to plug our BB Academy that we launched last week. We are going to be raising the prices on it very, very shortly. So take advantage of the discounted price while you still can. We're currently selling for about $199 a pop, but I'm serious when I say we are going to increase the price by a lot very soon. So this discount will not last for very long. If it's something that interests you, you get feedback from everybody on the BB team. Obviously, none of them are here on this panel today, but they put a lot of effort into pushing those courses out for you guys. And there's a lot of great information on everything markets from all of us. So check that out if that's something that interests you.
Here, Tommy, I'm gonna put it up here real quick. Actually, I'm gonna put it up here.
Thank you,
Give
Paul.
him a little. We'll give him a little preview of it. Let's see if I can do this. A little preview. I won't let you guys get too good a look, but there's some good stuff in there, man. There's some absolutely fire stuff in there. So that's all you get.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Tucker. And then lastly, guys, to touch on our programming, of course, as always, if you are a market check enjoyer, we will be back tomorrow, same time as always, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is our typical start time, give or take a few minutes. And yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, we have a lot of fun on the show. Sometimes we LARP as macro analysts, and sometimes we like to chart and trade meme coins live on stream. So we do have quite a bit of fun on these streams. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to tune in for tomorrow's show as well as our flagship show, our Twitter space hosted by the legendary King Wabi. That is Market Talk. The time is a little bit variable at the moment, but we always post about when we're going to go live ahead of time through our Twitter feed. So make sure to follow that if you're not already, and make sure to stay subscribed to our spaces content so you can be notified when we go live. Whenever that, throughout the day, whenever that is. But we will nail down a more concrete schedule for you guys, of course, so we can communicate that more clearly. But either way, guys, I hope you all have had a fantastic Wednesday. We hope you enjoyed a little bit of a different spin on Market Check today. We had a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow and have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thanks again.